Big Cal, and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month, which only means one thing: DIY gaming box time. Yes, so in case you don't know, what happens is I spin this wheel here. Whatever number it lands on correlates with a video game console that I own. And then for the next month I have to try and buy some games for the system that I don't already own with a budget of £25, trying to get a good mix of quality and quantity. So when I spun the wheel last month, it landed on Nintendo 64. Big fan of the Nintendo 64. Yes, it doesn't have a huge library, and yes, only a small portion of that library is of genuinely good games, but there's still a lot of fun to be had with some of the not so great games. But yeah, there are a bunch that I still want on my want list. Some of them were out of the budget, but I was able to get a good selection, I believe. So we'll start off by opening the box, and the first game, just put the box on this table here. I have no idea why I bought this. I must have accidentally clicked on it on the site, didn't realise, and before I know it, it had been dispatched. Cost £1, so not much, but yeah, I already own it. I don't know why I bought it. WWF Warzone. I don't know why. My brain was obviously just confused. So obviously, wrestling game, Warzone was the first of those, you know, fighting input style games, but in a 3D space, so not like WWF In Your House or WrestleMania, the arcade game that had sort of fighting style. This was again in the 3D environments in the rings, but you still had to do fighting inputs and stuff, and just crazy stuff like up, left, right, down, left, circle, square, XX, up, down, left, and you might do a hip toss. Just like, yeah, they weren't very good at the time, not very good now still, but yeah. Cost £1, yay. The next one I did mean to buy, and this cost £4, and it is WWF Attitude, because I actually needed this one for my wrestling collection. This is the follow-up to Warzone. Plays a little bit better. They sort of simplified the controls a little bit, so now you might just do up, left, square to get a hip toss, but still there are a lot of good things about this, but none of them are the controls. Yeah, they didn't get those until they got the grappling system with the next set of games. Yeah, but yeah, it's in my wrestling game collection now. Obviously I own the PS1 version. Do I own the Dreamcast version yet? Let's have a look at my Dreamcast collection. No, I don't own the Dreamcast version yet, but again I will eventually pick them up for my wrestling collection. Right, next, this one cost me also £4, not a wrestling game, and that is Forsaken. I believe this was a PC game, mainly, so most people probably played it, but also N64, and it's kind of, I think it's a first-person shooter, I think, but you're in sort of like a ship. You can move up, and you're basically moving a 3D space. You're not just, you know, confined to moving forward, left and right, and maybe a jump. You've got all the space you can move around in. You can go upside down and things, and get a little bit disorientating, but it's really fun to wander about, kind of like Doom-style levels, you know, corridors and things, and a bit of darkness and things. You're shooting robots and whatnot, and I think maybe aliens as well, weapon pickups you can get. Yeah, pretty fun. Plays pretty well. I was quite impressed with how it ran on the N64. It controls really well, of course. I'm not using an official controller. Still got the old Retro Fighters N64 one, using my wireless one. But yeah, it plays really well. It was a pretty fun game. And then number 4, and lastly, this one cost me £15, making a total of £24. For what everything cost me. It would have been 23 if I hadn't randomly bought Warzone again. This one, very happy with this one because I love this series, and that is Ridge Racer 64. Yes, love the Ridge Racer series. Great arcade racing games with that awesome, what do you call it, drifting mechanic that they have for going around corners. Once you get the hang of it, so satisfying to go around corners and things like that. Really fun game. And after looking up, I also found out that Ridge Racer DS is just a remake of this game. So yeah, but I don't think I own the DS. Well, I've got the Ridge Racer on 3DS and PSP, but I don't think I own the original DS version. But I probably will pick it up at some point. But yeah, this is what this game was. Looks nice on the N64. You know, obviously you got those old 3D graphics, but it still looks pretty good. It plays really well still on the N64. I think I had a little bit of trouble getting used to the drifting at first, but yeah, like I said, once you get the hang of it. Usually transfers over all the different games. Once you played one, you can play all the rest, but I had a little bit of difficulty with this because it was the first one sort of using the N64 controller, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, for £24 I got Ridge Racer 64, very happy with that. Forsaken, really fun shootery game. WWF Attitude, not very good, but for my wrestling game collection. And a duplicate. Thing is, because like for £2 I really wasn't going to get anything at all. There was nothing at that price thing that I would have wanted. Lots of games I don't own that were sort of that cheap, but just nothing worth getting, including this. So I don't know why. Brain fart, whatever. Anyway, let's put those games to the side. Let's get the wheel, put the box down there. Right, put this onto the table. There we go. Give it a spin so it lands on some random number. Right, let's get this off of here, if I can. Come on, turn. There we go. That's better. Right, let's turn around here. Right, the old Wheel of Doom. Yes, you can see all the numbers there. Right, let's see what we get this week. A bit dusty, the old wheel. A couple of dog hairs on there. Lovely. Right, what have we got? Is that 35? Double check with my eyes. Yep, and 35 is the Nintendo Wii. So, the Nintendo Wii, yeah. Very, very excited with that one because the Wii's one of my favourite consoles. I think it's very underrated as well, which is odd considering it's one of the best-selling consoles of all time. But people sort of think, yeah, there's maybe 20 or 30 good games for it, then the rest is just thousands of shovelware and crappy motion control games. And yes, there are a lot of those, but there are a ton of amazing games that a lot of people just completely passed over at the time. I've already got a decent sized collection of about 80 games for it. There's still a ton more I want. A lot of them are still really cheap as well. Really looking forward to this one. So, I'm bigcal. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of my pickups this week. This month, sorry. Let me know if there's anything in particular for the Wii that I should look out for. And I'll see you again next time.